welcome back to my channel. This is the Black Nurse Guru, and I'm here to make a video about how I passed the Nclex. So I know it's been a while, it's been a really long time. I was just in school, just trying to finish. Then I had to study for boards, and so now I am actually starting my job. So I started my job on Monday. It was actually great. I love it so far. That's gonna be another video about like the shift that I decided to go on and everything of that nature. But for today, I'm going to be focusing on the Nclex. So I took my Nclex on, what day was that? That was, I can't think of the day. And it was not what I expected. So I listened to everybody, you know, everyone in my cohort was talking about how UWorld was the best test prep they had, and that is what made them pass the Nclex on their first try. And so I listened and I started to do the UWorld questions. I can't say how many I did in each day because honestly, it all depends, depending on what I had to do that day. So depending on how much time I had, I would do, you know, maybe 25, 50, sometimes even 75 questions a day. I would just have it on my phone and I would just do questions whenever I had the free time. So here's the thing about UWorld. I like UWorld. I think that the rationales on UWorld is the best thing that they have. That being said, that means that you should use the UWorld rationales to learn the information if you're having a hard time understanding certain concepts. But honestly, the UWorld questions are a lot more in depth than they are on the actual Nclex. And I think that's what gets some people confused, because they expect to have these very long-winded questions that give you more information to help you answer the questions. But then when you go on the Nclex, it is not like that. And that is something that I think, you know, UWorld or people who utilize UWorld should tell people, because that is something that I realized, the difference between the UWorld questions and Nclex. So here's what helped me a lot, guys. I watched this YouTube video from someone, I can't remember the name of the lady's channel, but I went on her channel and she was telling us about the Reddit forum that she went on. So I decided to go on this Reddit forum. It is called like Reddit Pass Nclex. So these people would tell you their whole experience about the Nclex, how many questions they passed in, things of that nature. And so I went on there and started just looking and reading what people were doing to help them pass the Nclex. So pretty much everybody was using UWorld, and then there was also people talking about Mark Klimek. So I heard about Mark Klimek from that YouTube video that I listened to, but I also heard it a lot on the Reddit forum. And so I decided to listen to one of the lectures. People emphasize to listen to the priority and delegation video or lecture. And so I did that. That was one of the best videos I have ever listened to. That video helps you figure out how to answer priority questions. And, you know, there's this thing going around that if you get a lot of priority questions on the Nclex and select all that apply, then that means that you're doing well. I don't know how true it is, but I will tell you that I did get a lot of priority questions. So on the Mark Klimek lecture, I was listening to it, and then while listening to it, I would write down important information that I thought would be something that I would want to look at later. So I did that. Then I saw on Reddit that Archer was a test prep for the Nclex that people used, and it was more like the Nclex because it had vague questions. So I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, yes, let me do something to help me be more prepared. So when I found out about Archer, I probably had about 2 weeks before my Nclex. And that was when I bought the Archer. And I bought the Archer. You can, if you type in like Archer free trial or Archer discount rate, something along those lines, then that will lead you to getting Archer at a very cheap price. So I got Archer at, I believe, $20. And that was for, I believe, 60 or 90 days. So it is a lot cheaper than UWorld. The only thing that I did not like about Archer is that there was a lot of mistakes. So when you're reading the question, there's a lot of errors, grammar errors, and misspelled words, and that would make it a little harder to understand and read the questions. But other than that, I really enjoyed Archer. Archer does say that if you take 4 consecutive exams on their platform and you get a high or very high chance of passing, then that means that you have a 99% chance of passing the Nclex. So I started to do those. The test that you can do, you have to just do 75 questions. So whenever people would get a borderline result on these exams, guys, don't fret, okay? Because that doesn't mean that you won't pass. So I took borderline as, okay, you might not pass in 75 questions, okay? And everybody knows that the Nclex gives you up to 145 questions. So if you make it to the 76 questions, question on the exam, just keep going, okay? Because I'm here to tell you that I did not pass in 75 questions. It took me some more questions and I ended up passing. And that's okay. I want everyone to understand that that's okay if you don't pass the Nclex in 75 questions, okay? That does not make you more or less of a nurse, okay? Once you get your boards and it says your name and it has registered professional nurse behind it, that is all you need. And once you get on your unit, that is when you will grow as a nurse, okay? You just need to get past the boards so you'll be able to grow as a nurse. So that is really all of the resources that I used to help me study for the Nclex. And like I said, guys, now I'm not telling you not to get UWorld. Please don't take that as how you understand what I'm trying to say. I want you guys to understand that for me, using UWorld as a supplemental tool to understand the information behind the Nclex, such as if I didn't understand what HIV was, UWorld will give me a whole page of information of what HIV is. And so that is what I think UWorld is really good for. It's good for understanding the material. Now, if you want something that will help you understand how the Nclex writes their questions, or how to answer those questions, I think that Archer is better. Now, mind you, like I said, they do have grammar mistakes, so that if that is going to bother you, then there might be another resource that could benefit you. Guys, I know that I've been gone for a really long time, but I just want to let you know that I am back. So please comment down below if you are one of the aspiring nurses, or you are a nursing student, or you have graduated and you're studying for your boards. I want to talk to you guys. I want to be here as a resource for you all to help you become a great nurse. Okay, so I'm gonna be making videos just talking about my journey of what kind of unit I'm going to be working on, the scrubs I'll be buying, everything in between. I want to be there for you all. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also look at my Instagram. I do have giveaways. I'm pretty sure I'm going to give out another giveaway soon because I want to help a fellow nursing student or aspiring nurse, just to help them get some type of utensils for nursing school. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. And yes, guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye. Have a great night.